This is an Xbox. And this is also an Xbox. You know what? Let us skip the Xbox jokes. They're getting kinda old, huh? Hi guys, MJ here from Legendary Modern Gaming. And today we're gonna talk about Xbox, obviously. We're gonna talk about my history with Xbox, about the current state of Xbox, and what does the future hold for Xbox. Let's start with my own personal history with Xbox. Back in 2013, I was heavily into the PlayStation 3. I played a lot of games, trophies, everything, platinum, but I wanted something else besides my PlayStation 3. And obviously, Xbox 360 was the way to go. So I got the Halo 4 bundle, which opened up a whole new world for me. I could finally play Halo, Gears of War, Forza, so many nice games that you cannot play on PlayStation, only on Xbox. So I enjoyed it a lot and played many hours of Xbox 360. Got a massive library too, a lot of great games. And after that came the Xbox One. Fun fact, when the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 were announced, actually I pre-ordered the Xbox One because I really wanted to play Killer Instinct. And I saw so many other nice titles back in the day. I was like, I want to go for the Xbox One. You know, the Xbox Connect was not really my thing, but I was like, let's go for the Xbox. So I pre-ordered it. Later, I also got a PlayStation 4 from a friend, but that's another story. So I got my Xbox One. I played Killer Instinct so many hours. I really loved it. I also got the Rare Replay with many great Rare titles on it. Real bargain, by the way, nowadays. Get it. Highly recommend it. And actually, I was playing my PlayStation 4 more later in the life cycle of the Xbox. And later came the Xbox Series. I was thinking, which one shall I get? Shall I get the Series S, the all-digital one, or the Series X with the nice backwards compatibility? You can play your Xbox games, 360, One, all the games from the previous generations. You can basically play on your Xbox Series X. But back in the day, I was living in a very small room. I didn't have much space, so I thought, let me go for the Series S. Yeah, it's all digital, but Game Pass was becoming a thing. And I thought, you know what? It doesn't take up much space in the room. It's a small little box. I thought, let me go for the Series S, which I did. And of course, I still have my Game Pass subscription. So that opened up, again, a whole new world. A lot of games that can be played. And I did for many years. I played a lot of games from the Game Pass subscription. But later, when I moved, I thought, you know what? Let me trade the Series S so I can get the Series X. So I can have the disk drive. I can play Xbox games, 360, One, all the previous generations can be played on the Xbox Series X. So I got that. I traded in my Series S and got an Xbox Series X. Which kind of brings me to another point. The second point in my story for today. And that is the current state of Xbox. Because actually nowadays, if you look at it, most of it is Game Pass. If you look at the big press conferences about the conventions, everything is Game Pass. Day one on Game Pass. If you look in the stores nowadays, stores here locally in the Netherlands, Intertoys or MediaMarkt, they don't even sell Xbox games anymore. It's such a small part of the MediaMarkt where they have like 4 or 5 games of Xbox. And that's like your FIFAs, your Call of Duties, your Battlefield, your Forza, and that's it. Maybe 5, 6 games. At Intertoys, they don't even sell Xbox anymore. And you know why? That's because of Game Pass. Xbox is leaning very heavily into Game Pass. So much so that physical games is not even relevant anymore, although it seems. I still got a few physical discs for Xbox, but not much, to be honest. Most of it, what I'm playing on the Xbox, is Game Pass. Since, that's the way to go. They say, it's an alternative for discs, but if you look at it closely, everything that they release is day one on Game Pass. I have the Game Pass Ultimate already for a few years, and I must say, there are some times when I'm really playing Xbox a lot. When some nice games are releasing, like Doom the Dark Ages or Indiana Jones or the new Call of Duty even. I pop in my Xbox, put it on, play some games, but for the most time, I'm using my Switch 2 and PlayStation 5 way more. So now they also increased the price of the Xbox, which they are not selling. They already raised the price 2 times. Game Pass prices are shooting through the roof. Before I paid like 17, 18 euro. Now I have to pay 28 euro. Like, what is that? There's still a loyal Xbox fan base, but it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller by the choices that Xbox is making. Instead of lowering the prices, getting more people to play Xbox, what are they doing? They're raising up the prices. Today, it really feels like you're getting punished for being an Xbox fan. You're paying skyrocket high prices for Game Pass. The console is getting more expensive and more expensive. And in the meantime, PlayStation has PS Plus. They have also a lot of games coming out physically, digitally too, but still, disc-based gaming is still a thing for PlayStation. For Xbox, it's getting less and less and less, to the point that basically everything is digital. But I don't regret getting my Xbox Series X because I have a massive backlog of 360 games, Xbox One games, which I still can play on my Series X. So it's not a total loss. But for the next generation, I heard some rumors that there's not even going to be an Xbox. That's weird, if you think about it. What I said before about my history with Xbox. Even before my little brother had the first Xbox, which was kind of weird because it was this big black box. Basically, it's doing what the PlayStation 2 was doing, which I played heavily back in the day. But it was also strange because the controller was so big. It was such a big controller. But the games that I was playing, like Def Jam, Fight for New York, it was awesome. Halo also was very cool. But it didn't make me buy an Xbox actually. That came later when I got my Xbox 360. But okay, that's a different story. But nowadays, I also have my ROG LIX. I can play Game Pass games on it, which is awesome. I can just download Xbox on my ROG, play all the games that I have on my Xbox subscription, which is awesome. I can play it on my console. I can play it on the PC. I can even play it on my water cooker. Okay, here we go again. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I'm really thinking about what does the future hold for Xbox. They're massively advertising the ROG Xbox version. This is the LIX, but they're massively advertising it. But yeah, what does the future hold? Do we still get physical games for Xbox? That's the big question. And it got me thinking, Xbox One games, Xbox Series X games. Maybe it's a good thing to start investing in those games because Xbox 360 games, most of them, you can pick them up so cheap. Also Xbox One games. But maybe down the line, when they don't make these consoles anymore, it would be nice if we still have the games. Because I believe, look at the Wii U, look at the 360 before. I think when Xbox is starting to, not make consoles anymore, I think these prices of these games will shoot through the roof. So maybe it's a good thing to start collecting games for Xbox. The steelbooks, sealed copies, if you can pick them up secondhand. On Marktplaats, that's a local app that we have in the Netherlands where people can buy secondhand stuff or new stuff, it's whatever you like. Maybe it's a good thing to look on there and get games very cheap. Because down the line, when Xbox is not making physical games anymore, these prices may shoot up to the roof. Who knows? In the meantime, I'm still enjoying my Xbox, subscription, Game Pass subscription. I still enjoy it. Every now and then I'm downloading a few games, playing it. But this price tag of like 27, 28 euros is a lot, every month. So I don't know, maybe I'll cancel it, maybe I'll keep it. For now, I'll just keep it. I just want to see what Xbox will do in the future. And in the meantime, yeah, I keep playing my Xbox and Xbox. Yeah. You know, guys, let me know in the comments what you think about the current situation of Xbox, what your history is with Xbox, what your favorite games are of Xbox. Let me know, drop me a comment down below. And yeah, be ready for the next video. Bye bye.